Good day, Toronto. Welcome to the September 2017 Market Watch. Hope everyone had a great long weekend. So the Toronto Real Estate Board just announced their stats for August 2017 that just came out. So I have it right here on a little piece of paper, and I'm gonna give you guys the breakdown of it. So the main thing you guys all will be hearing right now is that sales are down 35%, which is 100% true. But you got to keep in mind that you're comparing sales from August 2016, which was a super hot market, versus August 2017, which is actually a very slow market. Okay, so you're kind of comparing apples to oranges, and it's hard to say, where we are going, if the bubble is popping, which is transitioning or not. But here, let me give you a few more points that maybe you guys can come to your own decision a little bit after this video. Okay. So the first thing I want you guys to know is when I was talking to a lot of my clients is that the sales, if we call April, okay, the peak of the real estate market before we start transitioning, sales have been down 7.4% since April. 7.4% in about a course of 4 months, which is very significant, okay? So prices right now, if you compare it to last year, have only been up about 3%, okay? 3%. So the price point in terms of the average price in all of GTA is probably about mid 2016 right now, not late 2016, but mid 2016. So that's where the prices are right now, okay? But now those are the big headlines because Trev always compares year to year. But now we're gonna look at the month to month because we want to know about the most recent stats, okay? So when you compare it to August 2017 to July 2017, you'll notice that we actually dipped only, and when I say only, it means it's the lowest since April, okay? If that's the peak, we dropped 1.87%, which is the lowest we've seen since April of the 7.4%. So does that say that we're slowly transitioning out of the slowdown, or are we still gonna have a little bit more? And it's hard to say because September is supposed to be a very busy month, okay? So here's another interesting point. If you guys break down the sales stats, GTA no longer is one whole market anymore. It's actually more of segregated markets, what it was before 3 or 4 years ago. So a good example outlines to this for you guys is the Annex and the Midtown. Okay, this is the area that's known as CO2. That actually saw the biggest decrease because that's kind of where the Rosedale Annex detaches over $1.5 million are. And those properties actually have been sitting around for a little bit, okay? Now that saw the biggest dip from month to month. However, when you look in CO1, which is the downtown south of Bloor between Jarvis and Bathurst area, that's where a lot of the condos are, and actually prices went up in addition to sales activity. So you can see that in little different nodes. And out in the west, north, and east, I know Hamilton slowed down a little bit. St. Catharines has stayed about the same. Barrie has actually gone up, and Ajax has stayed about the same. So make sure when you're going to buy or sell, you know the area you're in because it's all segregated now as opposed to one whole market. Okay. And the other thing that I want to outline for everyone here is that it's kind of a backing to the theory I've been having, where we've been having a huge shift to affordability now because people can't buy low-rise houses, right? So your properties that are over $1.5 million have been sitting around and causing the averages to skew down in terms of price decline. However, if you look at the condos, apartments, and the condo townhouses, and the townhouses that are sub 1 million, those have been moving. They have been moving nonstop in August, and you'll notice in this infographic I put up next that sales have actually gone up 8 and 10% respectively, okay? So if you guys want one big snapshot of exactly where it is, because obviously I didn't give you a clear understanding of are we going up or going down, here is a picture of what month to month looks like from July to August of 2017. You can see that red means going down, green means going up, and obviously in July you can see everything except for one cell is actually going down, okay? However, this is the stat for July to August 2017. Now this is the current stats that came up from August to September 2017. You'll notice that there's actually a lot of green, and on the left hand side you'll see which is the sales activity. It means that there's been more sales in more sales in August than there have been in July, which is very shocking because July is actually usually better than August, and August tends to be one of the slowest months. So I don't know what that means, but you guys can interpret it yourself. Okay, but when you couple the fact that there's more listings coming out and the fall market is coming, you know what? there could be a little bit of a upswing in terms of where we are in the transitional period, and it may not actually last as long as people think it is, okay? So if you guys want to analyze these numbers I put up on the screen personally yourself, you can feel free. I put them in the link in the description below to my Dropbox file. You can have a look at them or manipulate them as you will. And a couple of little mind notes: if you've been sitting around the sidelines waiting for the bottom before you buy and the crash, I have no crystal ball. I don't know if we're hitting a bottom, but there are a lot of signs saying that, you know what, the fall market could be some time where it's going to rebound, depending on which, again, segment of the market you're in. So if you want to know whether you should be buying or not, feel free to reach out to me. And two other minor things I'll add is we are expecting another interest rate hike, another quarter point to go up. And just keep in mind, if you guys are investing or buying yourself, every $100,000 mortgage you have is about $10 to $12 per month added extra to your mortgage if you are on a variable rate. So if you can afford that, not a huge deal. You just got to remember, if interest rates are going up, it means our economy is doing better, which is actually good for everybody in general. Not to mention, if you guys ever go traveling, the Canadian dollar is worth more too. So that's kind of a perk of the interest rates going up. Just because borrowing is harder doesn't necessarily mean it's the end of the world, okay? So just please keep that in mind. And if you guys want weekly insights on the real estate market or want to have priority access to new developments, make sure to subscribe to the Prime Properties TO VIP mail list. I'll put that in the description below again. And please, if you guys like the content that I shared this video, give me a thumbs up on YouTube or a like on Facebook. It'll help get my content out there to everybody, okay? And until next time, from a courtyard in some condo in Markham, I can't disclose what that is because I'm just my clients right now. I'll see you next time. Happy real estate in Toronto.